Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Missing Piece of Pie. Today I'm joined by Ashrith, and you would have seen him in the one of the previous episodes where we talked about artificial intelligence. But today we are here to discuss about an initiative which we both have started. And if you follow us on LinkedIn, you might be knowing what we're talking about. But in case you don't, here it is. We will be discussing about what openness is and why. What's something which we're actually trying to solve, or how successful are we so far, and what is our goal way forward. So over to you, Ashrith. So Ashrith, explain me what is openness.
Yeah, Naren. Openness is a platform and a network initiative which is focusing on the problem solvers and student entrepreneurs or first stage early entrepreneurs like us. So we are trying to bring a network of people who are of the similar mindset, who are very much interested in the startup ecosystem and the technology. Especially the early ones who have no clue or just surfing through. So all these guys, what if they come onto a particular platform and try to solve an issue that as a whole industry is facing?
Right. So I asked this question as if I don't know anything about it, but
Yeah.
but again, the whole objective of starting this initiative was to bring like-minded people like us. If you have to just go back, why or how we started this, all of this began over a phone call, isn't it? It was we had been to an event. I will not take names, but it was a youth festival something, and we were promised a lot of things. We went there with a lot of expectations, but everything we got was just dust and music and expensive food. Right. So that's when I realized that, okay, maybe maybe this is not something which we actually enjoy. And we started looking for events or activities which we might enjoy. And those are again what? Networking events, basically.
Events. Yeah.
And talking about networking events, we have had experiences where we go into a networking event, and it is mostly about a person who is famous, at a better position, trying to be the alpha there, and everybody is like around that particular person and exchanging their cards, etc. But there is no much value about those networking events. At least that's what I thought. Because correct me if I'm wrong here. Okay, we are just starting out, as in our our career has just started out. We are looking at different opportunities, etc. And that's when we require different or fresh perspectives about how do you run a business, or how do you solve a particular problem, how do you look at this crisis, etc. And here we are with just in an event where we are just meeting new faces and nothing's coming out of it. So that's when I think Ashrit and me decided ki, okay, we are not getting the networking events which we want to be in. Why don't we start our own? And that's when the idea of openness was born.
Absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
It was over a lunch on that day, after a very much hot experience, hot day. Experience on a hot day. Yeah, over a lunch on a having completely sweat in that dusty environment, sitting over a lunch. We thought, okay, let's go for starting our own initiative. Why not? We are not able to find something what we love. Probably we will find people who are pretty much similar to us. With that hope, it just started after a few successive calls that happened. And
yes. Hey, we will not call that calls. We'll call it meetings. Okay. Yeah. So after successful meetings we had at different cafes around Indiranagar, we finally figured this out, that okay, this is something which we are serious about and we should be going ahead with it. So okay, now tell me, we're talking about networking, right? So what do you think we will be doing when we say a networking event?
So what I found, especially if we go to any regular networking event, the major challenge would be people just exchanging cards. You never really interact with them. You never really get to know them. It's like, you ask few 4 to 5 questions and they answer, and they in return ask 4 to 5 questions, and it ends there. And that network you're not able to carry forward or leverage upon. So we thought, if you meet a bunch of people and you do certain activity with them, you probably have higher chance of getting a deeper bond of network, and you can always go leverage or try something new with them. So for this purpose, we thought activity. I mean, we are nerds. We can call ourselves at least. Yes. So we as nerds. So when you see, what if we sit together and solve a particular problem that an industry is facing and discuss about it, and even let's go for a debate on it, and get the bonds created and network in that process. That is going to be the most fascinating thing that we thought that could be, especially while networking for especially early student entrepreneurs or early first stage entrepreneurs and so on.
Right. And also we had this idea that if we have student entrepreneurs, like we could come up with ideas which they can work on, or we could get some ideas for ourselves. And if we have, say, first time founders or startups which are just picking up gradually, we can discuss about the problems they face in their operations. How do they run their P&L, how do they manage their finances, right? And then maybe, say, a startup comes, joins us for an event and is like, okay, we are facing this supply chain issue, and we have like we have a bunch of people, say 7 or 8 people around, gathered in say a cafe. Then the whole objective of that event or meeting would be to just discuss about that problem and come up with solutions. And when we do that, we will be having, say, I have my perspective about how do you manage a supply chain, you will be having a different view on it, and likewise we'll be having 7 other people with 7 views to solve one problem. And that's when we will be exchanging our ideas. And I think that's the best way to network. Instead of just exchanging our visiting cards, let's exchange our ideas with each other, so that we are we get something out of the meeting. There is some value addition happening. So so that, guys, that's I think the whole objective of why we started Opennest and what are we planning to do. And again, like we discussed, there's a LinkedIn page called Opennest. You can follow us. I mean, our personal accounts are also there on LinkedIn. You can follow us there as well. So, Ashrith, if I'm a person who is really interested in Opennest, and I want to take part, how can I?
First thing, just follow Opennest page. So we'll be posting a Google form link for you soon, so that you can register yourself with us. We'll soon be sharing the event. So we always believe in the physical events more than the virtual ones. The physical ones where you will have a proper quality bond. So once the event is announced, we plan for multiple type of events. So we'll finalize one format and we'll let you know which format, how it would be in clear. So once you register, we'll let you know the date and time, so that you can just hop on for a coffee date with us and discuss the problem solving of one particular problem that we put out on the desk on that day. It will be spot on problem. So we won't be telling you before to come prepared. So it will be exploring of your knowledge. So that would be the format, and that's how you can participate. So yeah, that's
Yeah. Right. So we also want to put this out that offline events are something which we're actually trying to conduct. The reason being online, okay, over Zoom call, it is convenient. People from various parts of the city, country, world, whatever can join. But when I think the brainstorming, right, happens great when everybody is in a room or everybody is together, because there's this energy of oh, I'll listen to my idea, this is the perspective I have, this is the perspective you have, oh, why can't we do this way, right? So this energy makes it more exciting. But when we're talking about an online event, it'll be like everybody will be on mute, and I'll have to raise my hand and then say, can I speak? And the other person will speak, maybe we'll have some network issues. All those stuff are bound to happen, and I think that breaks a flow. And also you network better when you're face to face, when you meet them physically, etc. So again, we are based out of Bangalore right now. I guess we forgot to mention that.
yeah.
uh, so if you are conducting an event, initially at least it will be around Bangalore. So do reach out to us if you are interested, or if you'll be willing to come with us and discuss a problem or anything. You get the idea now, right? So it will be mostly let's call it a nerdy discussion,
Yeah.
where we get together and have fun. And also an appeal, or an appeal to all the startup founders there who are in Bangalore, based out in Bangalore, just starting up, student entrepreneurs who want to meet new people, network with people who have who can add amazing value, can join us, can get in touch with either of us, and we'll be making sure that we accommodate everybody, and you know uh, try to create an event which is helpful for everybody. I
Yeah.
mean, we're
To
not
add
we're
on a
not here.
point, yeah, especially the student entrepreneurs or the early stage entrepreneurs, you obviously will have so many doubts, and you'll be facing certain challenges when it comes to the facing the industry. So, in those cases,
Right.
coming and putting out your problems and problems or challenges to a group of around 10 people, and try to hear each one of their opinions would obviously add value, add at least some small value addition would also help you. So we actually request you, if you're anyone who is interested and listening to us, please do reach out to us. So we'll try to accommodate an event only upon your startup, how your startup is solving the problem, and where this facing certain challenges with respect to finance or operations or management, any sector. We'll try to put out for an open discussion and uh, get some value addition for your company.
Yeah, and also I feel like even if we don't get alternatives to or a solution to the problem, right? I think it will build on the momentum.
Okay.
That when you're thinking about solutions, etc., maybe you'll not get a solution right there, but maybe 3 days, 4 days later, you get I mean get some idea because of this brainstorming session which you had. And that is the whole objective, just to have meaningful intellectual value addition. I forgot what I'm kidding. All these fancy words, right? A nerdy discussion. Let's just say
Let's
that
keep
if
it
you're
that way,
if
nerdy one.
yeah, if I'm explaining this to a 5-year-old, then I'd be saying, okay, we will be having a nerdy discussion. There would be another point of explaining what nerdy discussion would be to a 5-year-old, but it is.
Yeah.
So yes, so is that right time, or did we convey everything which we wanted to convey, or is there something else left to add, Ashraf?
I guess we have completed everything. Yep. We Yes, we have covered up everything. Yep.
Great then. So thank you so much, Ashrith, for joining me on this episode. A very short one,
Yep.
just to pitch our initiative
Our
to
new
people.
initiative.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for tuning into episode, my dear listeners. Make sure that you follow me follow this podcast, and let me know about this episode. Let me know about other episodes, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.